Obviously a great game. I mean, St. Bonaventure's got a great team, and they fought hard. We got ahead. We played, I thought very well in the first half, and we looked up and we got a close game again. Then we go out, we pull away a little bit. They come storming back. We couldn't pull away from them. I thought it was a great game. I think if you're watching this game and you're not coming back out to see more college basketball, then you should. And if you live in Olean, you should get out and see the Bounties. I mean, this was a great game.
I mean, Reggie, to beat Bona down here, I mean, do you feel like pinching yourself a little bit right now?
I really hadn't thought about it until Richard Walsh, I think, mentioned it to me, or Ben, after the game. I hadn't really thought about, how many times they'd won here or whatever. I guess I should have, thought back. And I talked to some former players in the last couple of days, and some really good players that said they hadn't won here. It's great feeling to leave here with a win, and it's great. Our guys were terrific.
Phil, how sweet is it? How are you feeling right now?
Sweet. I haven't won here my whole career. Right? I think the only time we beat them was at our spot. So it feels good to win here. It's a great environment for college basketball, like Coach said. If you're not going to come out and watch college basketball after this game, then you must not like it, because this is a great up and down game, and we've had 2 games like this against UB too, where we just fight to the end and go into overtime, keep fighting.
Phil, I mean, honestly though, you got confidence in yourself, but you're picked 9th, and I'm sure when that came out, you said to yourselves, well, we're better than that. But I mean, 106 on Bona. Are you surprised a little how quickly this is coming together?
No, not really. We got a bunch of guys in that locker room that work hard, dedicate themselves every day, and buy into the philosophy. And I think guys are doing a great job of picking that up, and we still got time to go, because we gave up 97 points, or whatever, 90-something points. So we have to get better.
Reggie, what'd you think of Mobley? Your first.
Yeah, he's.
So a lot of people, most people don't really even know.
Yeah, he was something. I mean, he just give him a crack, just a little bit of room, and that's all he needs. And he shoots them, like they're layups. I mean, and the thing that I thought, once we pulled away a couple times, that those shots would become more difficult for him. But his ability to stay under control and his stamina to play that long and to do it for that long of a stretch was impressive.
Isaiah, career night for you with points-wise, and playing this type of environment, as everybody keeps telling me, the environment here is, in putting it aside from Kentucky, because that was really, really not an environment that you guys wanted to, it's not a player-friendly environment, but how difficult was it, especially in the second half when they were probably getting real into it, when it was getting into the nitty-gritty part of the last 5 minutes?
I mean,
how difficult is it to play in an environment like this?
To be honest, it wasn't difficult at all. We just all stayed composed, and we just kept fighting through it, really. Yeah, I feel like when you're on the court, you try to block it out. That's what we do. And that's why we kept just coming back at them. They answered, and we would answer right back. So we just stayed composed, and we just fought through it.
Isaiah, what do you remember that they had hit 2 free throws to take a lead, 98-97, then you guys come down and you hit the 3, the ball reverses, you hit the 3. Just describe that play, or what do you remember?
I saw Phil asking for the ball because Keith had the ball. Kiefer Dowse drove him middle. He passed it, and I was just in a position where, I was open. I was kind of deep, so I didn't know if I really want to shoot it. But once it touched my hands, I looked at the rim, lined it up, and it just felt good. It felt like natural, It was exciting.
Reggie, what do you think about that play, him stepping up and hitting that shot, first of all?
I think the process, I always tell these guys, is more important than the result. So when we're sharing the ball and it's in a rhythm and it's going side to side, I have a lot of confidence in our guys to shoot. And, I mean, I think that's what's helped us, is when the ball's moving. We have a lot of guys who can shoot it, but the most important thing, we have a lot of guys that can pass it. And the decision-making, when to pass it, it kind of, lets our guys know, okay, this shot is coming. We can kind of see it 1 or 2 passes away. We're in a rhythm, and that's what I think makes us a little bit hard to guard.
How about Isaiah's play tonight, and then having him kind of take over at the point for Malik? I mean, did you do that for offense, or what? Talk about that.
Honestly, we got 3 point guards. It's a good luxury to have. They can play together. Malik and Isaiah, we've played them together a lot in practice. We played them against each other, and I think they've really made each other better. Today Crump was in foul trouble most of the game. I think if you come in and you say, well, geez, if he's only going to be able to play 15 minutes, right? But then the other guys pull together. And, not only that, but then Kiefer didn't practice yesterday because he had a fever. So we started Martin Dixon Green, and he came in and he played as hard as he could for the time he was out there. Spencer Foley came in, played as hard as he could for the time he was out there. And
how about Isaiah's game tonight?
Isaiah's a really good player. I mean, he really is. I can't say it's not like it's a surprise for us. I don't think his teammates are that way. One of the interesting, I think, maybe unique things about our team, and sometimes it can be a headache in practice, but we have great, leadership, and our upperclassmen are great, but our young guys don't defer to them. Like, they need them to do something. They don't sit back. They don't get nervous. They play like upperclassmen. And Isaiah, what he did today was really what we see pretty regularly. So he doesn't always score. Sometimes it's a lot more in the assist area. We've been on him that, when you get in the lane, score sometimes people, so they don't just start playing you to pass. Now, I thought it would take longer for him to pick that up, but he got in the lane and he did what he's capable of doing. This is what we've seen him do pretty regularly.
They went to zone, and it looked like you had a little bit of an adjustment there. What did you think about that point in the game?
You know what, is we went small, okay, and we went small for stretches in the first half, and it worked out fine. When they went zone, there's some things that we do in our package of zone offense that we're not used to doing when we're small. So it took a little bit of the air out of us and took some time for us to adjust. And then I think we got the lob to Kiefer. It gave us a little bit more momentum back, and then we got the court spread, and we got back to the basic part of what we do, which was open the court up a little bit and get the ball moving, get in gaps, share it, and get some rhythm shots. And I think then we got back going.
Was that who threw the ball to Kiefer?
Malik, I think.
Malik.
Yeah.
Was that after a timeout? Or no?
Barry, think I had the screen.
Was that how did that happen?
Did you?
Was it a backdoor cut or?
Yeah, it was a design play, and this guy over here is reminding me he set a heck of a screen. So.
Okay. I mean, to start the second half, open three, layup, open three. Somebody say something nice about this offense.
Buying in.
Reggie?
I mean, these guys really share the ball, and they're starting to see the value of each other. And that's been kind of what we have been talking about from day one, is each other. And when they have the ability and the vision and the instincts to pass it the way they do, it gets the defense kind of spread out and in bad positions in a hurry. And really, if you make a mistake and you leave a guy, that guy's ready to shoot it. He's, for the most part, the guy's ready to shoot it. So you have to come out there and guard him, and then it opens the court up even more. So, yeah, we do see stretches, and this team was hard for us because they come right back at us, and they could make difficult shots and make them for long stretches, and we were trying to, get a sustained frame of, okay, we're going to get stops. We're going to get stops, but they'd make tough shots, and they come back. And so what was great about our guys is that they persevered. They didn't just do it on a few possessions. I think if you look back in the beginning, Mark, from when we were at Kentucky, we were able to do this kind of stuff for pretty good stretches, but for not. And I think every game we played, we've been able to sustain the quality of play for a little bit longer, a little bit longer, a little bit longer, a little bit longer. We've been able to do it. Even in that game against Kentucky, we were able to do it. It was just, can we sustain it? And now I think we've been able to sustain it. But it's getting it ingrained. You know, it's practice and then another game and practice and another game. And we've been on the road so much, and so we've kind of bonded, you know, being on a bus or being on a plane or whatever. And I think guys are kind of coming together and realizing each other's strengths.
Reg, they've had problems guarding the 3, but they haven't given up 15 until tonight. Other ones you guys got, you need it. Did you feel like your 3-point shooting really kind of grabbed a hold of the game for you?
It did, but I keep saying, I think the passing, the movement of the basketball is what did it. You know, is guys knowing where everybody is 2 or 3 passes ahead of time. And when that thing moves and you end the game with 22 assists and 11 turnovers, then it helps your shooting. It really does. It wasn't guys just, you know, we had a few that were kind of quick, but for the most part, the ball was moving and it stretched them out some. And that helped us.
This kind of ties into that, but Vonna has struggled defensively this season. You guys are, you know, a really good offensive team, a really good 3-point shooting team. But as one team coming in here, what do you see in that defense that you feel you can exploit, you know, to the point where you can put up, you know, over 100 points in a game like this?
We didn't really talk about whether they were good or bad at defending the 3, you know, because they're such a good team. We didn't really talk about that. We just talked about having to move the basketball, get it going side to side, sharp, hard cuts, good screens, and because we didn't know. I mean, sometimes you get a team and they're struggling, giving up 3s, and so they come out and they say, we're just going to lock it on shooters. We're not going to leave them, and we're not going to let them get off a 3. And we have to be prepared. If they're doing that, we have to be prepared and take what we can get. And tonight, sometimes we got to the basket, and sometimes we got 3s.
Coach, thank you. Fellas, thank you. Thank you. Everybody, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, guys.